Hi guys, this is Mr. Tan, and we're looking at the marketing strategy and the marketing mix for the hospitality sector. And today we're going to look at, explaining the role of marketing in the tourism hospitality sector, identifying the link between customer relationships and business performance, and discussing tools that can be used to make improvements to customer service in order to enhance customer relationships. So what are the 4 Ps or 7 Ps or 11 Ps or 15 Ps? We all know the basic 4 Ps, which are the product, price, place, and promotion. So if we think about McCarthy in the 1960s, then McCarthy looked at the product, price, promotion, and place. Judd, 1987, looked at the product, price, place, promotion, and people. So you had the people there on top of the 4 Ps. Kotler, 1984, had product, price, place, promotion, and people and process. So additional 2 Ps, people and process. And Booms and Bittner, 1981, talks about the 7 Ps in terms of the product, price, place, promotion, people, process, and physical evidence. And then we have the kind of like the 15 Ps in 1991 in terms of the product, price, place, promotion, politics, public relations, probe, partition, prioritize, position, profit, plan, performance, and positive implementation. I don't know, for me personally, all of these are incorporated within the marketing mix, but if we had to look at them, then I personally like the standard 4 Ps, the product, price, place, and promotion, or the 7 Ps with the additional 3 Ps of the people, process, and physical evidence. And if we think about the marketing mix, we see this diagram time and time again. The standard 4 Ps, the product, price, place, and promotion. And then in the center, you have the target market. But again, you have to be careful with this because it's not really the target market. For me personally, I would say it's the marketing strategy, because to get to the target market, you need to incorporate segmentation, and you need to look at the different types of segmentation. If it's behavioralistic segmentation, if it's demographic, geographic, or psychographic segmentation. And then we need to go deeper. If we're gonna do marketing properly, we need to look at the value segmentation. And then once we've done the value segmentation, and then we target from the value segmentation. But after we've done targeting, it's not finished there, because you have your target market. Okay, that's fine. But then you can't now do your product, price, place, and promotion until you've done your value proposition. So your marketing strategy has 3 elements. It's this, for me, the segmentation, targeting, and then position. How are you going to position your products, your company, in relation to your competitors? And that's then how you utilize the marketing mix. Because if you're then just going for your target market, well, what is your value proposition? How are you trying to position your products? So when we see the target market, I think you need to be thinking marketing strategy. And again, we've got the marketing mix here, the 4 or the 7 Ps. So the standard 4 Ps, the product, price, place, and promotion. Again, I am going to rephrase the target market and say the marketing strategy, because the marketing strategy is the segmentation, targeting, and the positioning. Because if you don't have the positioning, then how are you going to develop your advertising strategy in promotion? And how are you going to develop your message if you don't have your positioning strategy? You must have your positioning strategy in terms of the messages that you want to communicate, which is going to be consistent with your target market and their value proposition. So that is an absolute must. And then you have the additional 3 Ps in terms of the people, process, and physical evidence. Now, there's another thing that is missing here that people tend to forget. And what people tend to forget is that they look at these and they say, oh, I've got to do the product and the price and the place and the promotion. And then you look at your marketing or your value proposition, your marketing strategy. And what you have to understand is that all of these elements interlink together. They are not separate. They interlink together to achieve your marketing strategy. So, for example, if you're going for market pricing in terms of market skimming, then your message in terms of your value proposition, in terms of how you're positioning your product in relation to your competitors in order to get the higher price, needs to be consistent with your pricing policy. And likewise, you need to make sure that it's in the right place. If it's not in the right place and you're selling it in a corner shop and it's going for a high price, then no one's going to believe it's worth its value. And likewise, the product itself must be designed in such a way, the packaging, the design, the aesthetics, the design of the packaging, and then the packaging itself, which is consistent with the high price and skimming strategy that you've adopted. So when you look at the product, price, place, and promotion, but also the people, process, and physical evidence, then you need to really integrate everything together. None of these elements are separate. And then when we go further into these, you'll see the additional elements within each of these 7Ps, because then there are multiple of different mixes within these 7Ps that all need to be integrated. It's a big and mammoth task, and it involves many different things happening all at the same time in order to achieve one objective. I mean, if you're talking about promotion, then you've got the promotional mix including the, advertising, sales promotion, direct sales, personal selling, and public relations. And then you've got the place mix, product mix, the price mix, the people mix, the process mix, the physical evidence mix, and they all need to be done in detail in relation consistently to achieve your marketing strategy for your target market. So please bear this in mind. These are not individual elements, even though they seem like that. They are all interrelated and integrated in order to achieve an overall objective. And again, you say target market at top. Well, I'm saying marketing strategy. And then you have your marketing mix, and again, the product. We're going to go into more detail in these anyway. What quality, what is the design, what is the features, what is the brand name. Well, what about your pricing, list pricing, discounts, allowances, promotions, sales promotions, advertising. What about the place, coverage, assortment, locations, inventory, transport, physical evidence in terms of service environment, sound, light, smell, taste. Process in terms of service blueprint, process design, people in terms of participants, staff, and it's more complex than it is in terms of what you're trying to achieve in terms of your, it says here target market, but I'm saying marketing strategy. So the product, a product is a bundle of benefits that can satisfy customers' needs and wants. And again, I'm a bit cautious here in terms of the needs and wants, because there is a big difference between a want and a need. If you look at in the English dictionary, a want is, something that you want to have. But a need, in definition, is defined as an essential requirement. So there's a big difference here between wants and needs, and the difference being where have the actual state and the desired state. The actual state and the desired state. When the actual state and desired state is small, then you have a want. When the actual state and desired state sufficiently deviates to such an extent where you can take it no longer, then you actually have a need, which becomes an essential for you to take action. So please bear these in mind. When we talk about needs and wants, they are actually two different things. Product processes and processes the following attributes: tangible attributes, availability, delivery, performance, price, and design, and also intangible attributes in terms of image, perceived value. If you look at Apple, if you look at Jimmy Choo shoes, if you look at Zara, perceived value of these items. Elements of a product include the brand, includes different product lines, packaging, service support. So, again, it's importance of introducing new products and services. Consumers do not buy products, they buy benefits. When we look at it, in fact, when we look at a product, we say to ourselves, well, what are all the features? And then all the features can be used to actually sell the benefits depending upon who you're actually going in to sell it to. If you are a salesperson and you're doing personal selling, and you're going in to sell it to Halfords or B&Qs or Texas, then you have all the features of the product and you sell the benefits of the product in relation to their needs. Positions new products and the company in the marketplace. High value relative to price, convenience, high performance, and environmentally sustainability. Ensure that you understand what all these different things mean. You should have done sustainability as well, and you should know where sustainability comes from. The 3 pillars of sustainability in terms of the economic value, the social value, and the environmental value, and how they're all linking together. And then the additional sustainability pillar net, which is being talked about in terms of the ozone layer and the atmosphere. So understand what we mean by these terms. New product development, reasons to introduce new products includes changing customers' needs, technological change, and long-term business strategies. But the truth of the matter is, you need new product development. Without new products, you don't have a business in the long term. New products are the lifeblood of any company. If you look at the iPhone now, well, the iPhone now, I don't know, iPhone 10, iPhone 11. When did you last see the iPhone 3 or 4 or 5? How long ago was it? It's out of date now. You need new products because we go through the product life cycle in terms of the introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. So again, you need new products all the time to meet the changing needs, to meet customers' needs, to meet existing needs, and to meet latent needs. When we look at the product, it's separated into 4 levels: the core product, the facilitating product, the supporting product, and the augmented product. Augmented product, in terms of, is it accessible? In terms of the atmosphere, the physical environment, the customer interaction with the service delivery in a system, the customer interaction with other customers and employees. And then these really link into your overall strategy. We're going to go back into the marketing mix in a minute. The standard 4 Ps, the product, price, and place, and promotion, and go into a little bit more detail into that. So, we're saying to ourselves, well, your marketing strategy, what is your marketing strategy? And how are you going to use your either standard 4 Ps or extended marketing mix? Are you going to go for, differentiated leader? Are you going to go for differentiation focus? Are you going to go for a cost leader or a cost focuser? So what is going to be your strategy? And then once you've determined your overall strategy in terms of what you want to do and how you want to or people to see your product ranges or see your company, then you adopt your marketing strategy in terms of your positioning to your targeting from your segmentation. And then you implement the whole of the extended marketing mix. So let's look at some of this. So who has the advantages? Who has cost leadership, cost focus, differentiating leader, and differentiating focus? So what do you think? Who has cost leadership here? Who has cost focus, differentiating leader, and differentiation focus? So think about these and we will discuss these. So when we think about competitive advantage, we're looking at, again, the standard 4 Ps, the product, price, and place, and promotion. And bear in mind, each of these elements have their subcategories, a wide range of elements within them, such that promotion has advertising, sales, promotion, direct sales, personal selling, and public relations as the promotional mix. And then within that promotional mix, that needs to be done and geared towards your overall marketing strategy, towards your target market from your value segmentation. So if we look at competitive advantage in terms of distribution, one of the 4 Ps, distribution, was saying, what location can give you the competitive advantage? Is there quick, reliable delivery? What about distributor support or delivery guarantees or computerized reordering systems, which can gain you competitive advantage and a value to the customers? Location in terms of convenience, lower costs, quick and reliable in terms of lower costs and fewer problems. Distributor support in terms of better sales relationships, delivery guarantees in terms of peace of mind, and computerized reordering and less paperwork, lower costs, less things to think about. If you think about the promotion side, all about creative advertising for superior brand personality, and going through the AIDA model: awareness, interest, desire, and action. well-trained sales force in terms of superior problem solving, and getting better distribution in terms of having a better trained sales force to go and knock on the doors, to go and get your products in the store. But not only that, in the olden days they used to the ice creams, the Coca-Colas used to go in their sales force and then position their products, kick out the competition, and make sure that they were in the prime positions within the retail stores themselves. So superior problem solving, which can give you a competitive advantage. Dual selling, better sales assistance, free demonstrations, lowers the risk of purchases, and cooperative promotions, lower costs for the end users. If we're thinking about the product, what about the product in terms of the performance? And this will add value in terms of the perception and the status. What about durability of the product? For longer life of the product, reliability, confidence in the product, safety, design and aesthetics. Again, value to the customer, aesthetically enjoyable. Social status, you've got Porsche and Ferrari, the design is beautiful. Installation, for convenience and fewer problems. Again, in terms of your product, what are you trying to gain in terms of competitive advantage, and what is the value to the end consumer? In terms of the price, what pricing strategy are you going for? You're going for a low price? Are you going for market penetration, for cheaper, better value? Are you trying to, gain market share? What about credit facilities that you're offering? Lower costs and better cash flow for customers. Low interest loans, again, lower cost and better cash flow for customers. Even a higher price may, represent quality enhancement. And payment options, more ways to pay, more convenient for the end consumer. So again, when you look at these, you can see how you're trying to gain competitive advantage and what is going to be the value to the end consumer. So when you think about the strategic triangle, you're saying to yourselves, well, you have to identify who your customers are. You have to identify exactly what their needs are. And you have to then say, can your company match, the value proposition that you're trying to offer to your customers in relation to your competitors in terms of what they're currently doing. So I hope this has helped in terms of looking at the marketing mix, the standard 4 Ps and the 7 Ps as well, extended marketing mix, and to realize that you are trying to link these all in to achieve your marketing strategy. You are trying to achieve an aim. You are then interlinking all of these elements of the marketing mix and their elements of their mixes within each of those in order to achieve your overall strategy. So it's something that you need to take a more holistic and detailed view in terms of when you're doing this. So thank you today from Mr. Tan.